सो नमस्ते सभी को, वेलकम। आज महाशिवरात्रि भी है और वुमेन्स डे भी है। और आज हमारे बीच धारणी मिश्रा जी आई हुई हैं दिल्ली से। शी इज फ्रॉम दिल्ली एंड शी वर्क्स विद स्पेशल चिल्ड्रन. Apart from that, she has many other interests and she reads a lot. And today she took this, I invited her to speak about the Women's Day. And maybe she speaks about the feminine energy. She speaks about the day today, with the special day today. But that we will leave it to her. She has earlier done the sessions about 40 masters. In that session also she took one of the masters channeled messages. And so this is the second time I'm welcoming Dharani. She has been, like, I know her only for some months, and as if like I belong to a soul community that she also, I met her like a soul sister, and been very, very thankful that she today is going to tell us something about her ideas about the Women's Day. So welcome, Dhani, so much. Thank you so much for accepting this invitation. Welcome.
Thank you, Anuradha, and thank you everyone for joining. Anjali, especially Annapurna ji, Madhulin ji, Manju, and everyone else. Okay, so now it's really an auspicious day, Mahashivratri and Women's Day all together. And I think in our culture, one of the greatest link between masculine and feminine is the concept of the Lord Shiva. Okay, Shiva is completely masculine. Even his the what we worship, his lingam is the symbol of masculinity. However, he embodies the balance between masculine energy and feminine energy. अंदर से मतलब he is a complete balance between masculine and feminine, and that's why he is able to transcend and see everything in a very, very balanced way. So on this occasion, since this is spiritual spirals, let us talk a little bit about masculine and feminine energy, which has been really it's something very fascinating. So let me just introduce you to what exactly it is. First of all, masculine and feminine energy has nothing to do with gender. चाहे आप मेल हो चाहे फीमेल हो, तो मैस्कुलिन एनर्जी एक होती है और फेमिनिन एनर्जी दूसरी होती है. एंड लव is energy at its purest form. I think many of us have said it again and again, and in all the religious texts that हम लोग पढ़ते हैं, इस forum में जो भी करते हैं, love is the energy at its purest form. So some of us, me, let me talk about myself. So I used to find it hard to sit and relax, and sometimes I used to feel lazy and then guilty if I'm not completing my work. And on the other hand, others are completely opposite. They feel very vulnerable, they feel very weak. So and they feel as if they're always obliged to themselves, किसी को मतलब हमेशा खुश करने की कोशिश, और या अपने आप पे हमेशा डाउट. तो स्टीरियोटाइपिकली द फर्स्ट सेट जो है कि भाई हम काम क्यों नहीं कर रहे और हम हमेशा कुछ ना कुछ करें, हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा कमाएं. So first set is often associated with being masculine. चाहे मैं feminine हूँ, but that is the masculine energy in me. While the second set is associated with being feminine. So if you are a man, you are supposed to be masculine, but both of us, men and women, have masculine and feminine energies, and they have nothing to do with gender. We all have both energies with us. Typically, men tend to have more masculine energy and women have more feminine energy. However, हमारी जो कल्चर है, हमारी सोसाइटी है, तो हमें कंडीशन कर देती है कि ये मैस्कुलिन चीजें हैं, ये अच्छी चीजें हैं, आपको कमाना है, आपको आगे बिल्कुल लीड करना है, और आप अगर आप नहीं करोगे तो आप किसी ना किसी तरह वीक हो, आपको इमोशन नहीं दिखाना है, आपको इंट्यूटिवनेस नहीं दिखानी है। एंड बॉयज डोंट क्राई, या गर्ल्स shouldn't be too harsh, shouldn't enjoy themselves. So this is not only in our culture, it is also this energies की जो explanation है वो चाइनीज मेडिकल हिस्ट्री में भी है, चाइनीज मेडिकल थ्योरी, और वो कहते हैं दिस इज यिन एंड यांग। तो यिन इज द फेमिनिन एनर्जी एंड यांग इज द masculine energy in life. So this is like divine energy, or something which we get from nature. So these are like poles of a magnet. So sometimes you will see that young children who are in their adolescence, so they have lot of chemistry, passion, sexual attraction, मगर फिर उसके बाद उनकी स्टेडीनेस चली जाती है. So at that point of time they are energetically immature, चाहे वो मैस्कुलिन, चाहे वो मेल हो, चाहे फीमेल हो. तो थोड़े once you are steady, your energies stabilize, and then you know what you are comprised of. So it is all pure energy. So if the energies are close, balanced, you feel good and you have a stable personality. So what happens if both partners, let us say husband and wife, have lot of masculine energy, then there is a lot of conflict. So it can creates a lot of struggle between the two partners. Both want to be in charge, both want to be decision makers. And what happens when they both have a lot of feminine energy? So so there is a lot of stagnation. There is no movement and dissatisfaction. So then they say कि ये तो boring हो रही है हमारी partnership and all. So so even a female can have more masculine energy, and that female thrives with a partner who is in touch with their feminine side. मतलब feminine side क्या है? Something which is nurturing. For example, let us say take the concept of fire. So masculine energy is raw fire, and feminine energy nurtures that into controlling the fire and using it for the good of everyone, good of the family, good of society. Similarly, wind, you will have raw wind, raw trees, which are growing at without any concern, just pure raw nature. But when you convert that nature into something which is useful for society and for ourselves, that is feminine energy. So feminine energy is incredibly important, and so much so कि ये कहते हैं कि ये जो climate change हो रहा है, this is because too much of masculine energy. So all these conflicts, world wars and all, so they don't know how to handle their energy. It is nothing to do with males, although males have more masculine energy. So feminine energy की जो history है, मतलब spiritually speaking, तो it has held a lot of wounds, बहुत घाव through the century. मतलब चोट बहुत पहुंची है, and that I think all of us can identify with, कि feminine energy को पिछले century में काफी the society has been very unkind. So it has not been honored. And how are we carrying these wounds? Females, even males having feminine energy, is shame. One of them is guilt and shame. So shame is the way we act out, and we kind of recreate the feeling of shame, and shame sometimes converts into anger, and we try to be more masculine. And one of the epitome of all this energy imbalance is the traditional image of the mother-in-law. Mother-in-law is a mother, but she has to control the house, and she has to control, a joint family. And she has been told, "Okay, this young girl will come, and you have to make her suitable for your boy." So the boy is so important, and the girl is like, तुमको तो बस adjust करना है किसी ना किसी तरह. So all these energies have been distorted unknowingly. We have been not even being conscious of all this, and I think all of us have either suffered guilt or shame sometime in our lives, and we have tried to क्या बोलते हैं उसको, हमने कैमोफ्लेज करा है, उसको हमने मास्क किया है. And chakra wise speaking, second chakra of the body is our feminine energy. It is where people can hold deep pain of who I am and what is bad and wrong. So feminine energy is the receiver, it is the receptacle, and it has the potential to hold a lot of negativity. The masculine will release the negativity, the feminine will conserve it, it will receive it. So shame, we have so much of guilt, shame, and this wound has been going on and on since the past few years. But now I think all of us can feel the change. The feminine energy is rising. People in society are understanding that, you will feel the feeling of restlessness even in males. These corporate alpha males, they're quitting their jobs. क्या कर रहे हैं, आके घर वापस आ रहे, यूएसए से वापस आके some of them are setting up organic farms. Some of them are going into social work. What is this? This is just a change of direction. It is a change of energy. It is something which you can realize that the energy balance is changing. There is not much. There was so much of greed earlier for money, for position. अब आप देखोगे, इतना पढ़ोगे, इधर उधर लोग, they're saying, let us give up. Even I read कि so many IIT graduates, they have become monks. तो मतलब it's a shift. It is a shift. We can see the shift, and this shift requires a lot of courage. And courage is one thing which is inherent in females. Strength and courage. Not only women but men also. This feminine side of us, it shows resilience, it shows strength, and it shows courage, whereas masculine energy is bravado and power. So there is a fine difference. हल्का सा ये जो change है, I think हम सब समझते हैं कि मैं what we are referring to. So now you will see in parenting, mothers are saying, it's good to, boys should cry. Boys can, cook, and girls can play with the tools and all. What is happening is that there is a energy shift at a spiritual level. As far as women are concerned, there are two powerful changes which have taken place to enable this rise of feminine energy. और सबसे पहला जो चेंज है, जो कि जिसका हम पूरा फायदा उठा रहे हैं, वो है कम्युनिकेशन. तो पहले क्या होता था कि आफ्टर स्कूल में चलो मिल गए, अगर गर्ल्स एजुकेट हो रही हैं तो स्कूल में there was a girls' school and people were meeting and all that. But after that stage, when you actually come to realize what's happening in the world, there was no connect between women of the same age and stage and same wavelength. तो क्या हो रहा, you will see in villages कि सब मटके में पानी भरने जा रही है, पानी भरने के टाइम क्या कर रहे हैं, दे आर गॉसिपिंग बिकॉज देयर इज नो अदर चैनल टू gossip and to connect with people of your own wavelength. So here in the house there is the mother-in-law, and हमारे जो इंडियन कल्चर में रिश्ते बहुत बहुत पक्के हैं, मतलब कि आप जेठानी से ऐसे बात करोगे, आप देवरानी से ऐसे बात करोगे, तो बिल्कुल सेट पैटर्न है. एंड जो फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी जिसमें फ्लो कर सकते हैं, इट इज ओनली विद our friends and other people whom we can connect to. But we need that opportunity, and this opportunity is now here with us. We are meeting school friends, after 30 साल के बाद, through WhatsApp, through technology, हम लोग in person मिल सकते हैं, जो कि हमारे पेरेंट्स ने कभी नहीं किए. They could not do it. चिट्ठियां आती थी और वो इधर उधर हो जाती थी, और there was no communication. There was no question of people like this coming and connecting with each other and talking about कि हमको ऐसा लग रहा है, how are I'm feeling this way openly without fear. The communication is one. The other thing is access to information. From several years, women have been denied information कि क्या हो रहा है. जैसे I'm sure many of us, हम लोग इतने पढ़े लिखे हैं, मेडिटेशन करते हैं, यहाँ जाते हैं, किसी ने विपासना करी है, कोई चक्र समझते हैं, किसी ने भगवत गीता पूरी पढ़ी है, बट we are all living in this world. And how are we managing our finances? We women, we have no idea. We have completely left it to our husbands. हमें, it's not that we don't trust our husbands, but we don't know how to manage our finances. Even you will see CEOs, there are army officers, women in civil services, they somehow are not trying to handle their finances or handle their affairs because they don't have access to information. अब ये information हमें अब मिल रही है. One sec. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay.
It would be
now
better if
everything has like gone from my screen. One sec. Yeah. Now here I am.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, now
So
we can.
here, so access to information is something which is so important, and we are not able to, for the past so many years, we had no idea, how to handle ourselves, what to wear. हम एक दूसरे से भी नहीं पूछ सकते थे. हम हस्बैंड से पूछते थे डरते डरते कि हम ठीक लग रहे हैं, एंड कोई कुछ कह भी देता था कि ये नहीं पहना तुमने, ये नहीं किया तुमने तो बहुत खर्चा कर दिया. We have no yardstick to compare because we don't have information. How do we know हमने कहाँ, जैसे ये स्टॉक्स एंड शेयर्स में पैसे डालते हैं. So do you know where your finances are? No, because you don't understand how you will, how to manage it. हम पूरा सीए पर छोड़ देंगे, पूरा अपने हस्बैंड पर छोड़ देंगे, और हस्बैंड भी है ना, वो अपने फादर पे छोड़ देगा. एंड फादर इज द पेट्रियार्क, तो ही ऑल्सो इज अनश्योर ऑफ हिमसेल्फ, पर वो कुछ दिखा भी नहीं सकते. तो this access for information is so important. And ladies, I tell you, now in the past, everyone, especially the seniors, have been denied education. Denied कि भाई अब कॉलेज नहीं जाना है, अब घर बैठना है. Now the college is coming to your home. It is, even if when you are sleeping, you have access to your phone, और उसमें मतलब पूरा MA philosophy और psychology और consciousness studies, MIT के lectures, सब कुछ अवेलेबल है. So I think this is something we must grasp with both hands. In a dinner, कभी कुछ हो, जैसे हमने मूवी देखी है ये इंग्लिश विंग्लिश, तो आई थिंक ये हमारी सबकी लाइफ स्टोरी है. At some point of the other we felt that maybe we are not good enough. चाहे हम कितना ही कर ले, तो हमारा कहीं, चाहे इंग्लिश नहीं ठीक बोल रहा है, कोई ड्रेसअप नहीं ठीक कर रहा, किसी को लग रहा है कि मैं बहुत मोटी हूँ, किसी को लग रहा है मैं बहुत पतली हूँ, मेरे ये ठीक नहीं है, वो ठीक नहीं है. बट नाउ यू हैव द yardstick to compare, and I think women are getting a lot of courage through this. People are posting photos on social media and all. Of course there is a uska flip bad side bhi hai, but you can see yourself, you can see that you are standing with leaders, you are standing with the top people. So there is that shame, that nervousness ki am I enough is slowly going, and people are talking. The first thing to do to heal is to talk about your emotions, maybe to yourself only. But it is very important to recognize that today I felt that my son or my daughter was very rude to me. So, मतलब मैं अपने आप को अगर बोल दूं कि हाँ, आज मुझे ना ठीक नहीं लगा उसने कैसे कहा, मेरे को किसी और से बोलने की भी जरूरत नहीं है, then once I'm at that ground level, I can deal with it better. I will be a little more vigilant. I will see कि भाई इसको कोई प्रॉब्लम हो रही है क्या, या मेरे बिहेवियर में कुछ ऐसा हो रहा है कि मैं कुछ गलत कर रही हूँ. बट आई मस्ट रिकग्नाइज. अदरवाइज पहले क्या होता था और अब भी होता है, पर उसको ध्यान रखना चाहिए कि इफ द डॉटर सेज कि मम्मा व्हाट इज दिस, कैसी लग रही हो आप, ये क्या कर रहे हो, तो फर्स्ट थिंग दैट कम्स इनटू माइंड इज गिल्ट, कि हाँ हमने कुछ गड़बड़ कर दिया है, और माय डॉटर इज नॉट प्राउड ऑफ मी, and so I must, like, kind of hide myself, and I must not be something is wrong with me. But nothing is wrong with you. You are enough, you are perfect, and the more you get informed, the better it will be. So if there is a discussion on the Gita there, or in your family, you should be able to contribute, and nobody should be able to put you down, and you must recognize when people are trying to put you down. I'm not saying start a conflict, but us time pe this intuition, this awareness, this feminine energy, okay, this is getting imbalanced, और ये ठीक नहीं हो रहा कुछ, तो maybe withdraw, maybe understand कि यहाँ पे तो चुप रहना ठीक है, but without guilt. So once you cross that barrier, once you recognize your own self and base it on love, कि I'm fine, I'm good, and all this I can improve, yes, but basically I'm a diamond. Like Buddha said that we all are Buddhas. It is only a matter of showing, that diamond emerging, and it's all मतलब वो हो जाता है ना, बिल्कुल धूल मिट्टी बिहेवियर, ऊपर का जो फसाड होता है उससे सब डिस्टर्ब सा हो जाता है. बट वी आर ऑल डायमंड्स. द वन फर्स्ट वन, if one can realize that, then there is no stepping back. So the doorway to healing of feminine energy, चाहे वो men में हो चाहे वो women में हो, is to understand emotions. In fact, I think Anuradha did a course on intuition. So intuition was actually just to simplify, intuition was to understand what is going on. How am I feeling? With a base के मैं enough हूँ, मैं perfect हूँ, and now I have to understand how am I feeling and why am I feeling this way. So it is possible that it is your fault, so you can rectify it. It is not a कोई crime तो किया नहीं है. It is possible that it's the other person's fault, so you can recognize the red flags, कि क्या होता है कि many of our young girls, they just uh, they don't even consider red flags which the man is showing, or reverse also, man doesn't recognize what the woman is showing, और वो headlong चलते चले जाते हैं, and then they find themselves in a big problem. So it's very, very important to recognize what's going on, in pause and see, be happy with your energy, recognize that this is amiss, let me see what I can do with it. So it is basically a very good balance between emotion and logic. So sometimes I also want to tell people who are headlong into spirituality, that one thing which scientific community does and spiritual community does not do is to question. See, there is no sin in questioning. So if someone says कि भाई फलाने फलाने ने ऐसा क्यों किया, why did Ram leave Sita, or why did Krishna Bhagwan do this thing, why did he lie and all that, there is no sin. It is a way of clarifying, and this is what is the balance. See, spirituality is more feminine and questioning is more masculine, so we need a balance. And if you are more and more into just believing, blind faith, which is what they call greater yin. Chinese call it greater yin. मतलब बिल्कुल ही आप बिल्कुल उस चीज को बिना क्वेश्चन के आप वो उसको absorb कर रहे हो, तो then people will get into problems like following the wrong guru, someone who will take your possessions and all that. So there is no harm. There is this balance which all of us must maintain between masculine and feminine, logic and emotion, your nurturing and showing power. And this thing of shame has to go. How will it go? All of us are agents of change, each one of us. So we have to be very careful what we are teaching our young girls, what we are teaching our young generation. For example, I am teaching autistic children. I go to a few NGOs, 2 NGOs, और वहाँ पे children है autism के. I tell you, all of us who have healthy children must thank the Lord and thank ourselves and thank everything, thank nature thrice a day for having very healthy and normal children. You should see the mothers of children with autism. I tell you, they are no less than divine है. तो उन्होंने ना इतना मतलब इतना समर्पण, इतना डिसिप्लिन, और पूरी लाइफ में बच्चे के साथ बच्चा तो इट्स नॉट लाइक एन ओल्ड पर्सन ना, बच्चे की तो पूरी जिंदगी है, तुम्हारे से ज्यादा जिंदगी है. तो हाउ दे आर डीलिंग, हाउ दे आर कोपिंग. सो इफ समवन टेल्स देम कि भाई ये तो तुम्हारे पुराने जन्म के फल है, तो आई थिंक दैट इज समथिंग which we must never venture into, because this is something we don't know. And this kind of blind faith we must be very cautious about, because souls here are struggling. They're really struggling. People have very limited resources, and they are traveling in metros with a young child, and I have just experienced it and come. तो मैं तो ये कहती हूँ कि मतलब वो women क्या, वो तो divine beings हैं. I suppose they will get moksha, but as of now तो they are fighting on all fronts. So so we need to be very balanced, and we need to question, and without being very difficult or hurting anyone else's feelings. So so we have to maintain a balance between masculine energy and feminine energy, which has nothing to do with gender, but it has everything to do with logic versus emotion, raw power versus nurturing. Uh, Using just going endlessly in life, becoming a mega billionaire versus giving back to society. So both have their own unique value, but what is needed is balance. Because जो बहुत ज्यादा masculine हो जाता है, तो अब देखिए कि बिल्कुल the world has been destroyed by too much of masculine energy, so much of conflict, and moreover the other side has been crushed. And in fact it is taking so long, for our feminine energies to heal. Why is the need for all this Women's Day, Nari Shakti and all that? Because Nari Shakti has definitely been trampled upon. So if you will read literature by women, you will be able to see the anger. Right? Someone wants to go out, someone wants to study, someone wants to just take care of indulge in your passions, but वो कर नहीं पाते because the society is so masculine, and even the males are helpless because they want to help the female, but the society is built up on so much masculine energy that it is not allowing the feminism to emerge. Feminine energy, not feminism. Feminism to in fact थोड़ी सी copying of masculine energy हो गई है कि women should be like men, but that's not the way out. Now you see the struggles. If women are becoming CEOs of their company and they're doing extremely well, but somewhere they are neglecting, the family, the child is being neglected, the grandmother is stepping in sometimes, but then there is an imbalance. So it is absolutely imperative कि हम लोग अपनी personality समझे. We are able to feel that pure love, and we are able to question and communicate with each other कि why is it happening, what is happening, and we need to create a safe space for feminine energy to emerge. And I think all of us know that feminine energy is on the rise. तो एक एक करके मतलब चीजें, there is so much of clarity. You will see people, women going out, men, showing their feminine selves, little nurturing selves. Many of our husbands are like that, so good, so steady, and so helpful. So what we need on this auspicious day of Mahashivratri is to balance our energies and think of all the women and all the men in this world, and send a lot of love, a lot of nurturance, a lot of feminine energy, because the world, the planet needs it. This rising tides, this warmth, इतना गर्मी जो हो रही है, और मतलब पूरा disruption. At some point, at some level, it is perhaps because of the imbalance of energies. Up to physics has also recognized that within atoms, atom के अंदर जो भी neutrinos and all that, there is a band of is a string of energy, जिसको आपने सुना होगा string theory of physics कहते हैं. So what is string theory? String theory is that in the smallest particle of our cell, there is a string of energy, and that is vibrating, and that is there in every cell. So the energy with which it vibrates, the frequency with which it vibrates is can be, tuned to masculine, feminine, and you raise your frequency. But what all these consciousness studies are saying, that once you raise your frequency, things appear different. Yesterday Anjali was saying that we can hear the birds, we can see signs, we can see so much of nature once we change our frequency, and science is slowly getting there. And science has this long process, which is of course very vital. But spirituality में we know कि ये है, but we are always scared because we should not go into it with blind faith. Yeah, so we need to be cautious, and we need to access information as much as we can. I feel if you are reading some religious text, so there are so many critiques also. Read it. You may not agree, you may agree, you may not agree, but just there's no harm in reading. And then you can come up with your own ideology and balance your energies, and show love to the world, especially to those who are very very far from balancing energies, like people who are having disabilities, people who are having mental illness. So what is mental illness? I mean, it is a very scary phenomena. So I also go to Sanjeevani Society. तो वहां पर आप देखेंगे women who are the primary caregivers of people with mental health problems, वो बिल्कुल broken होती हैं, क्योंकि society उनको समझती ही नहीं है. कहीं ना कहीं हमारे में इतना स्टिग्मा है ना, कि एकदम कि मेंटल, ये तो पागल है, इसका हस्बैंड पागल है, इसका बेटा पागल है, something must have been done wrong in the past janam, or someone has done something, or she's not a good person. This thing has to stop. I think this is the first thing, that we need to stop judging others and show love and compassion and judgment. I think Lord Krishna's basic message was this, that you have to use your own brain, you have to use your own judgment and take action, yeah, accordingly, in a very balanced way, not listening to anyone. So I think this is the motto for Women's Day, which I have, that you have to be strong, you have to be balanced, you have to recognize that there has to be something masculine in you, something feminine in you. So you have to be balanced, and you have to be logically thinking as well as feeling your emotions, and on that foundation that you are perfect, you are enough, you have been sent here to do to navigate this world. And how will you navigate it? Through a mix of your knowledge and your emotions. And that's it from me. And here's to all the strong women in this webinar. I am so honored to be speaking to all of you, and may we all know each other, may we all know strong women, and most of all, may we all raise strong women. The next generation should be much, wiser, more loving, more balanced, and without guilt or shame. So that's it from me. Thank you so much.
First of all, I want to clap, 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 clap for Dharini, because all the messages were heartfelt. Like everything came from her heart, and like I felt like I was stepping in or connecting to her energies through the internet. So information, accessing information, the way to take advantage of it, question whatever the belief system we have. And of course, she mentioned her experience in how mothers are taking care in Sanjeevani and with special children. Of course, and it is about balancing the nurturing part as well as the part which is in everybody, not only in men and women. But those are the some points which I took. But she spoke everything from her experience, and that was the, like I was listening to that. So thank you, Dhani, for
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Dharini. If I may add something here, that like they say, behind every successful man is a woman, but I feel behind every successful woman also there's a woman.
Yeah.
So we have to trust our camaraderie. We have to be there for each other. We have to give these support groups for all the women that we know. If we feel somebody is going through a tough phase, just be there for them. That empathy is something that we are born with, and we need to use it. We need to be there for all our sisters. And we are definitely going to have a new, different world because, yes, the feminine energies are rising. And can you imagine what the collective feminine energy can do?
Yes.
Whoa. Yes. So we can have a super boomerang effect, and I think we are in for some awesome changes in this world, in this part of our awareness. Lots is going to happen. Thank you so much, Dhani. You've touched upon everything. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank
you. It was really nice.
Thank you. So many points, so many points, she touched upon from various angles. So, पूर्णा जी शायद आप कुछ बोलना चाह रहे हैं. Do you want to say something?
Ma'am, feeling very emotional. ऐसा लग रहा है कि मतलब ठीक है, पहले नहीं मालूम था फेमिनाइन मीन्स एनर्जी इन लेडीज एंड मैस्कुलिन मीन्स पहले सोचा था, लेकिन अभी 8-10 साल पहले से समझ में आ गया, नहीं, it is nothing to do with the gender. Because my husband is very caring. He loves small children to big children. He can handle a day baby also. Now I understand how it can happen. And some men cannot hold the children because they have not that quality. Quality is bifurcated, not the gender. But ma'am, your words touch the heart.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Really, we have many things to do, and your service is so divine. You are going to the autistic children, and that's why you are so, you can narrate all your experience because of feeling, because you see those mothers and you can connect with them, and you know their feelings, maybe not by their words. Through eyes, you feel their what they are doing. But all the children we are having good enough, then also we think something is less in our life. No, we have to be very, very in the feeling of gratitude that Almighty or universe. Then also we feel we are having everything, but we what we have to say. We see something is less within us only. We feel as you said, because of our upbringing or what we see all through these days from Sita. We think of Sita in another way nowadays. But before spirituality, it was altogether a different picture of Sita. Somebody says, "Na, मैं सीता नहीं हूँ." that was not at all. We have to become that strong. But all your sentences, I don't want to repeat. Each have some energy, some power, and more to मंथन करना है अभी उसमें मंथन करके हम लोग क्या किस डायरेक्शन में निकालना है कैसे जैसे आपने बोला ना we have to build more loving and balanced world and without shame. ये शेमिंग हम बचपन से बहुत होता था जैसे आपने बोला we could not express with our parents, our siblings, relatives, friends बहुत चीजें होती ना we can't express लेकिन अभी
even I think across the board, you know, there are things कि अपना clothes ना हटा दो, especially the your undergarments and all that, as if it's something terrible which the children should not see. Okay, I'm not saying that, you know, you put it on display, but you shouldn't be ashamed. Why should we be ashamed? You know, at some point of time, I think my grandparents, grandmother and all, for menstruation and all, as if it's something very bad that has happened, you know. Okay, it's something to be ashamed of.
Yes. We used to cry a lot for many, many years. Many years after that, what has happened, we could not understand, we could not communicate, we could not, although all are helping, then also we could not.
There's so much of love, but there is also that generational guilt is coming back down, you know, कि कुछ ये ठीक नहीं है हो रहा, मतलब I'm little inferior, something is wrong. It's coming from generations and world over, not only in India. India में तो कम है, उधर in other parts of the world it's quite a lot, you know.
नहीं, ये मेंस्ट्रुएशन के बारे में मैं जस्ट एक चीज बताना चाहूंगी कि ये ज्यादा जो हमारी जो सोच है वो नॉर्थ इंडिया में कुछ ज्यादा ही मतलब या तो जिस भी तरह का पॉलिटिकल बैकग्राउंड रहा फॉर दैट बट इट इज मोर इन द नॉर्थ आई फेल्ट माय फ्रेंड्स फ्रॉम द साउथ आर मोर से आउटगोइंग and not ashamed of their menstruation cycles. In fact, in those days, their brother and father cook there. That is the tradition. So they take the, like, you know, the heavy duty on those days. And my grandmother, at least I have to give credit to her. My grandmother was not literate in the normal sense, but she could recite Ramayana. When this happened to me, she explained it to me that you have to be clean. That's all the criteria about it. So it was not about कि तुम पूजा में नहीं जा सकती हो, तुम किचन में नहीं जा सकती हो. And she came from a big family where daughters and daughter-in-laws and her sister-in-laws, everybody was there. तो बोले कि लाइक हम लोग को किसी को ये नहीं पता चलता था कि किसका क्या हो रहा है, बट हाँ जिसका भी हो रहा है उसको कम उस दिन मतलब डिफरेंट काम देते, मतलब काम बांटते थे. तो like you know different families have different tradition is what I'm telling, and like Anupuna ji said, some men can really express their femininity or have this scope of expressing the femininity, their nurturing side, I mean the nurturing side. And some males do not get that expression out. Same for females. Like my brother used to say, he comes from IIT, like in their college, all men, like all the guy friends would hide the specific books so that female student, first of all, females in IIT are less. And this could, so, you know, practices are either in the organization or in the family. But like you said, or like that, whatever access we are getting, we have to first raise our voice, question the belief system. And
I don't mean raise voice like in activism.
yeah,
मतलब
right.
अपने आप को ही we have to develop a mind which is questioning. कि अच्छा ये हाँ मतलब totally self inwardly. Okay,
Yeah.
this is what he is saying, so why what is he meaning by this? So try to understand what's going on instead of just believing everything. So
Similarly, in office spaces, like Anjali brought up this, that support women in, like a woman supporting women, like have teams or in family or in friendship. What are we doing here is supporting each other here. Like just to see that we are only supporting each other, listening and hearing and giving that space to each other's expression is what's
yeah,
going on here in the like small sense. We may be having topics and different topics, but it's all listening to what your experience is. I'll just keep quiet, but yeah, I felt
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you
yeah,
very much.
yeah. So मधुलिन, आप कुछ बोलना चाह रहे हैं? आप बोले।
यस मैम, थैंक यू धरिणी मैम। आपके सारे बातें सुन के हमको पूरा ताकत आ गया। यस, वी हैव टू फाइट फॉर आवरसेल्फ। एंड हमारे साथ तो जो हो गया हो गया। मेरा ये सोचना है कि हमें ऐसा स्टेप्स लेना चाहिए ताकि हमारे किड्स वो सभी सफर ना करें। हमने किया है, तो इसके लिए मेरे घर में मेरे दीदी का लड़का है, मेरी लड़की है, तो मैं उनका काम उनको स्विच करके करवाती हूँ। लड़का है वो बाहर काम करेगा, लड़की है घर के काम करेगी, ऐसा मैं नहीं सोचती। लड़की को बाहर भेजती हूँ, जाओ तुम शॉपिंग करके लेके आओ। लड़के को घर का काम करती हूँ, तुम सैंडविच बना के दो, मैगी बना के खुद खाओ। ऐसा कोई नहीं लिखा है कि ये काम तुम्हारा है वो काम मेरा है। ये सभी हमको बहुत ही सहना पड़ा है। लड़की हो तुम ऐसे कैसे कर सकती हो, वो लड़का है उसको सभी ज्यादा दो, वो सभी मैं चेंज करना चाहती हूँ। इसीलिए अभी से ही बच्चों को सिखा रही हूँ कि आपको ऐसा नहीं सोचना है, हर काम सब कोई कर सकता है, लड़का लड़की ऐसा कोई डिफरेंस नहीं है। तुम भी उनका काम करो, वो भी उनका काम करे, दोनों ही फायदे में रहेंगे आगे जाके। ये मुझे अभी से ही मैं शुरू कर दिया मैम, और ऐसे ही करना चाहिए। और कभी कभी लड़कियां डाउन हो जाती हैं, जैसे कि आपने बोला अभी तक हम फाइनेंस के बारे में हमको कुछ नहीं पता।
पता नहीं है हमें।
यस मैम, अभी तक नहीं पता, हम दूसरे के ऊपर भरोसा करके हाँ वो देख लेंगे।
और भरोसा करिए, पर जैसे म्यूचुअल फंड है और क्या मतलब नेट पर सब है कि व्हाट इज अ म्यूचुअल फंड, क्या व्हाट इज अ टर्म डिपॉजिट, व्हाट इज, पर हम पढ़ना ही नहीं चाहते। बट वी शुड नो,
Yes, ma'am.
आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट डोंट ट्रस्ट अदर्स, but we should know what's the harm in knowing, है ना?
यस मैम, वही
We
सिखाना है
should know.
हमको हमारे बच्चों को भी। अभी
Yes.
तक तो मुझे जरूरत नहीं, जब भी पापा थे वो ध्यान रख लिए, भी मेरे हस्बैंड सीए है वो कर लेते हैं, मुझे टेंशन नहीं। लेकिन बच्ची को सिखाना है, लड़की को और लड़के को बोथ दोनों को हैंडल करना सिखाना।
हाँ, मतलब अवेयरनेस होनी चाहिए कि क्या हो रहा है दुनिया में ना। then like otherwise you get this thing. I think the British were able to come to India because we were not aware. So
यस
Yeah,
मैम,
to
और
have
मॉडल भी
awareness,
हो रहा है मैम।
और उसमें डिवीजन एंड रूल भी था,
यस
क्योंकि
मैम, अभी
कनेक्टेड ही नहीं थे ना।
कनेक्टेड नहीं थे।
अभी ये भी हो रहा है मैम, जॉब के चक्कर में लेडीज लोगों को बाहर का भी देखना पड़ रहा है, घर का भी देखना पड़ रहा है। उनका लाइफ फेल हो गया है मैम, बहुत सफर हो रहे हैं। इसके चक्कर में कुछ ना कुछ तो इम्बैलेंस हो रहा है, बच्चे या तो सफर हो रहे हैं, घर का काम ठीक से नहीं हो पा रहा है, उधर नहीं हो पा रहा है, ये चल रहा है। और उनका लाइफ तो पूछिए मत, उनको अगर उस टाइम पे हेल्प मिल जाता है तो कितना बढ़िया है, नहीं मिलता तो उनका बहुत ही लॉस हो रहा है मैम, उसका क्या
बिल्कुल
करेंगे।
ना, मैस्कुलिन सोसाइटी बन गई है ना। देखो जैसे जॉब का जो प्रोग्रेशन है, द इयर्स वेयर यू ग्रो इन योर जॉब, इट इज फ्रॉम लेट्स से 28 to about 45 or so, and that is the age when your children are growing up.
यस यस मैम,
फिर आफ्टर 50 सब बच्चे इधर उधर हो जाते, फिर हम खाली।
यस
बिकॉज द सोसाइटी हैज स्ट्रक्चर्ड करियर्स इन सच अ वे, क्यों नहीं हम मतलब कुछ ऐसा कर सकते कि आफ्टर 50 भी देयर इज सम वे ऑफ अर्निंग और व्हाटएवर।
यस मैम, थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you.
थैंक यू।
ये सभी
Thank you
टॉपिक
so much.
हम सबको से रिमाइंड करने के लिए थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you. I love this group. Thank you. It's such an honor. Thanks a lot.
थैंक यू। अब मुझे ये मिल गया आइडिया कि मैं किसी फाइनेंशियल जो भी जानते हैं उनको एक दिन बुलाऊंगी। तो अब मुझे ये आइडिया मिल गया है इस चीज से जो
मैं रिक्वेस्ट कर रही थी मैम, मैं
हाँ?
रिक्वेस्ट ही कर रही थी, ये
हाँ।
चीजों में सब जानते हुए भी हम लोग नहीं आगे बढ़ पा रहे हैं।
हाँ,
जैसे इससे आजकल क्या वो क्लिक कर लेते पेमेंट के लिए, हमें आता ही नहीं है इंटरनेट के थ्रू। सब्जी वाले को भी माई पे ये सब, हम सबको अभी हिम्मत नहीं हो रहा है हम आगे बढ़ने के लिए, कहीं ना कहीं तो पीछे जा रहे। तो मैम ऐसे भी एक सेशन रखे, मैम का भी और सेशन सुनना चाहेंगे, धारिणी मैम का भी और सेशन
जी
सुनना
मैम,
चाहेंगे।
जी मैम, जी मैं सबके आपके सबकी तरफ से धानी मैम को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद कि उन्होंने आज समय निकाला। शी इज वेरी बिजी एक्चुअली, नॉर्मली सभी जगह पे जाते रहते हैं। तो मैं उनको हर महीने, जैसे मैं अंजलि मैम को पिंग कर देती हूँ, अब मैं धारिणी मैम को पिंग कर दूंगी कि किसी भी टॉपिक पे बोले। थैंक यू मैम, थैंक यू आरती, मधुलिन, सभी लोग आए। थैंक यू, महाशिवरात्रि की शुभकामनाएं। थैंक यू धारिणी अगेन।
सभी को
Happy Women's
महाशिवरात्रि
Day.
की शुभकामनाएं। थैंक यू सो मच।
थैंक
Thank
यू।
you, thank you.